So, today I wanted to bring to your attention, dear massage therapist, let's talk about money. Let's talk about it. So, money can create a lot of relief, of course, right? Options and momentum in your private practice. And your bigger reason for building the business is what gives all of that somewhere meaningful to go. Okay. A strong income matters, of course, especially when you're paying bills, when you're investing in support, when you're taking care of your body, and you're creating a life with a lot of breathing room, right? Which is what we're all trying to do, hopefully. So, the part that keeps you connected over time comes from knowing why this business matters to you personally. That deeper reason is going to become the thread running through your schedule, your services, boundaries, pricing, and the decisions you make when growth starts to get uncomfortable, which it will. And without that thread, even a successful practice can feel really like flat, right? Maybe you've experienced that before. Maybe you're still earning while you're wondering why the business feels really heavy and weird, like not like it used to. Most of us start this business. We start this career with a reason that feels super personal. You probably have your own story that brought you to where you are. And maybe you wanted more freedom, flexibility, meaningful work, more control over your time, or a career that lets you help people in a way that feels super tangible. Right. And over the years, that reason it can get buried underneath things like rebooking and bookkeeping, laundry, marketing, cancellation, software, and the steady pressure to keep everything moving all the flipping time. The business is going to be, it becomes busy enough to demand your attention while the original vision sort of fades into the background. And you still care about your work. I'm sure of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And the emotional connection starts to feel a little harder to access. And that's where our business can start to drift away from the person who created it, which is you, my love. And one of the clearest signs that you've moved away from your big why, your bigger reason for starting this, is that every decision in your practice starts to revolve around immediate income. Maybe you open more hours because the schedule has gaps. And maybe you add services because someone suggested them. Maybe you say yes to clients who are draining you. And maybe you keep packages or policies that don't make sense for where your life is anymore. And some of these choices seem to make sense on paper, right? They look good, it looks fine, and it can make the pattern harder to notice. So your body often notices first through tension, irritability, dread, or a growing desire to escape your own calendar. And if you're there now, my heart goes out to you. You are not alone. And you are not the only person this has happened to. Okay. And maybe the money is still coming in and your sense of ownership starts to shrink. And over time, your business starts to direct your life instead of reflecting it. And this can show up in really subtle ways, especially for established solo therapists who already know how to get clients and how to generate revenue. You might find yourself obsessing over weekly numbers without feeling a lot of satisfaction once you get there. A full schedule brings that temporary relief, followed by the awareness that you have to repeat the same thing next week. New bookings feel useful without feeling really exciting, right? Revenue starts to become the main measurement because the rest of the vision has grown blurry. And that points to a business that's become disconnected from the life it was originally meant to support. A second sign shows up when you keep achieving goals and you still feel restless. You raise your rates, you improve your website, you tighten up your systems, you get busier, you create stronger months, but something in you keeps asking what's next. And this restlessness gets labeled as like boredom or lack of gratitude or impatience, right? Like you should just be grateful for what's coming your way. What a great problem to have, right? But in reality, maybe it's just data. Your current version of success may have reached the edge of what it can offer you. Okay. The vision that brought you here might be ready to grow and evolve into something larger, more spacious, or more aligned with the person you have become. This is especially common after years in practice because your needs evolve. The schedule that felt really freeing at like 25 might feel exhausting at 38. The income goal that once felt enormous and incredible might feel like the baseline now. And your body might want fewer sessions, longer breaks, different types of work, or more room for creativity and leadership. Maybe your life now includes travel, family responsibilities, health priorities, or a desire to build something beyond the treatment room. A big reason should stay alive enough to evolve with you because your business is moving through seasons right alongside you. A third sign is that you've started to resent parts of the business you once loved. Client communication feels really intrusive, marketing feels pointless, and every small task in your practice carries way more emotional weight than you feel it should. You might find yourself daydreaming about shutting everything down, changing industries, or disappearing for a month with your phone at the bottom of a lake. Some frustration is part of running a business. We know that, especially when you're carrying every role yourself, which I don't want you to be doing in the first place. Persistent resentment usually deserves a closer look, okay? And don't shame yourself for having this response if this is where you're at. This can happen. It's okay. You are a human. This is helping you to see that the structure of your practice no longer honors your value, your energy, or your actual priorities. And that's okay. I just really want to emphasize that because it's easy to get into a cycle of criticizing ourselves or negative self talk when we start to have these reactions and we start to should all over ourselves because we should be happy where we are. We should be grateful for what we have. This is where we've strived and worked so hard to be, right? But your needs, your business gets to evolve, and that's okay. Resentment builds when your daily experience and your deeper why have been separated for too long. Someone who built a practice for freedom might eventually realize they've created a schedule with very little flexibility. Someone who values depth and connection might feel trapped in rushed sessions and constant turnover. Someone who wanted financial security might still feel super anxious because the business depends entirely on their physical availability. Do any of these sound familiar to you? These moments can be wildly uncomfortable and they are so incredibly useful. They show you exactly where the business needs to be brought back into relationship with your vision. Reconnecting with your bigger why requires more than writing a sentence in a journal and calling it done. It asks you to look honestly at how you want your business to support your body, your relationships, your finances, your creativity, and the life you're building outside the treatment room. Your big why should have enough substance to guide you to real decisions, to guide real decisions. It should help you know which opportunities belong in your business, which clients fit your practice, how much you want to work, and what kind of growth feels really meaningful for you. A useful vision and a deep why creates direction when several good options are available. And it also helps you recognize when a profitable opportunity would pull you farther away from yourself. And this is where, my friend, this is where your nervous system becomes part of the conversation. Your body is constantly giving you information about the business, even when your brain is busy making spreadsheets and rationalizing another packed week. Expansion can feel edgy, right? There's still a difference between the discomfort of growth and the exhaustion of ongoing misalignment. Maybe your body feels activated because you're stepping into leadership, raising your standards, or changing a familiar pattern. It might also feel depleted because your current model asks too much from you every day. Learning to tell those experiences apart gives you way more useful information than income alone ever could, really. Your big why also creates resilience. This is so important during slower seasons, difficult launches, awkward conversations, and the inevitable moments when your business feels messy. Money can fluctuate from month to month, of course, right? Especially in a solo practice. But your connection to the purpose behind your work gives you something steady to return to while you make your adjustments. It reminds you why the effort matters and what you're building towards. That steadiness can keep temporary problems from becoming identity issues and crises, right? You can respond to the business with a lot more clarity because your direction is already anchored. Take a look at your private practice and notice where these three signs may be showing up. Decisions driven mostly by immediate income, achievements that leave you feeling restless, and resentment towards the business you've created. And none of these mean that you've like fucked up beyond belief. Okay, it's okay. And it doesn't mean that you've chosen the wrong career. It might just mean that your vision needs attention and your business is ready for a new chapter. Your deeper reason should feel specific enough to shape your next move and spacious enough to grow with your life. And when that reason is clear, money becomes part of a much larger picture that includes freedom, impact, energy, creativity, and longevity. That's where a private practice starts to feel like something you can truly sustain, right? So, if this is something you're interested in taking a deep dive on, this is the foundation of what we do in the Balanced Biz community. This is where we start because when you have that anchor and you have that North Star, you're able to stay resilient, stay strong, and stay inspired throughout your practice, no matter if you start to pivot or you decide to offer new services or whatever it might be. This is where we start. Within the first 2 weeks in the Balanced Biz community, you are spending devoted, committed time with support and a community behind you to start to assess how much of your life and how much of your business is truly aligned with your long-term vision, both in your life and in your business, and your values, your core values. And we do that by taking a look at the choices that you've made in the past, both in business and personally. And we also take a look at what really matters to you at this stage and phase of life. And when you start to listen to your body along with this process, which is something I directly show you and guide you on how to do, you've got a consistent baseline, you've got a consistent anchor to cross reference every decision, every choice in business and in life to make sure that what you're doing is constantly aligned with your big why, right? And this does create a consistent, beautiful sense of integrity, inspiration, empowerment. This is one of the strongest ways to stay out of burnout and to continue creating a legacy massage practice that outlives you, right? So, this is where we start in the Balanced Biz community. This is the first couple of things that we do when you join. I have some spots available in the community for you with your name on it. If you're ready to simplify your practice with aligned systems and you're ready to start aligning your practice and your business and your income and your life with your deepest core values so everything feels like a joy to wake up to. If you're ready to grow your practice in a way that feels sustainable and energizing, and if you're ready to scale so you can do less hands-on work and earn more income as well. These are all things that I help therapists with, and I am really excited to welcome you into the community if this sounds like the right next step for you. So be sure to schedule a call with me if this sounds like the right next step. I can't wait to help you grow and expand and evolve your practice on your terms. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being here.